And we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Consistency Conversation. On today's episode, we have one of my new friends. Her name is Brooke Stevens. I met her in a Facebook group a few months ago, and I noticed she's one of the people who post on a consistent basis, and I just been following her journey. And I thought that she would be a good person to have a conversation with, to be able to explain to you or to talk to you about maybe her journey or some different things that she may have been through in her journey in consistency and fitness and all those good things. So, Brooke, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you said, my name is Brooke Stevens. I started my fitness journey with Beachbody like 8 years ago. I used to weigh like close to 300 pounds. And after I had my son, I realized that, that's not healthy. And so I needed to change. And I was really tired, like all the time. I could sleep for 12 hours and still be tired. So I knew something needed to change. And so I slowly started changing and I lost like 65 pounds. And then I realized I'm still so tired. And so I went to the doctor and I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism. And I don't know if you're familiar with that disease.
I am.
It makes you tired. You gain weight easily. You have a hard time losing weight. You have brittle hair and brittle nail, like all these symptoms. And I was like, check. That's me.
So just to clarify, there's hypo and then there's hyper. Hypo is the one that makes you lose weight, and hyper is the one. No, hyper makes you gain, and hypo. Yeah. Actually, you explain it. Make sure I'm right.
Hypo means your thyroid is underacting. So it's not like, say your thyroid, normal people's thyroids are up here and yours is just a little bit lower, and it doesn't act like it regulates your weight and your core, your body temperature and your hair and your nail growth and all this thing. And a lot of people don't know your thyroid is like right behind your throat. It's that little butterfly shape that's right here. And hyper is where you're excessive and you make too much. And so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I did used to work in the medical field, so I know all about that.
Okay. That's good too.
Yeah.
So you got diagnosed with hypo.
And then I started slowly but surely gaining the weight back, and I thought, well, this is just what it is for me. This is how I'm going to be. I'm going to be just super heavy and not be as healthy as I wanted to be. And I slowly started gaining more weight back. And then the year of 2020 hit, and it was a hard year. And my personal life went south, and my husband and I ended up getting a divorce. And I really threw myself into nutrition and working out, and I was always consistent with my workouts, but I was never really consistent with my diet. And you learn, okay, diet is 80% and workouts only 20, but when you know it here, but when you know it in your heart, it's completely different. And so my switch got flipped, and I finally understood I actually have to watch what I'm eating. You cannot out-train a bad diet.
Yeah, that's so true.
You just can't.
You can't.
No. And so I was like taking all these like post-workout selfies, like I worked out today and here it is, but I really wasn't seeing a change. And then my aunt became a Beachbody coach, and I was seeing her drop all this weight, and I was like, damn it, I've been doing this for so long. Why can't I look that good? And she's my kids, and she's done all this stuff, and I should be able to do that too. So then I started 9-week Control Freak, and that style of training, the volumes, that training, I really, really liked it. And I just got kind of rehooked on my fitness again. And then everything seemed to like shoot upward, like my personal life. Yeah. My marriage kind of fell apart. Yeah. I ended up with a divorce, but I still have my kids. My ex-husband and we still talk fairly regularly because we do have to raise our kids together. So.
And what do you do in your personal life as far as your profession?
I'm a substitute school teacher for a
Oh,
local school district.
oh, so you're in
So
education.
yeah, I'm in education. So
Uh,
I will sub for all grades. I found though that the older I get, I'm better suited for middle school and high school. Like the elementary
mm,
school kids, they're so cute and they're so nice,
yeah,
but I get so tired of having to redirect. No, we don't
yeah,
put glue in our hair. No, that's not chapstick, that's glue. No,
yeah.
go sit down, go work on your art project. Oh, I love you too. Let me give you a hug. I just can't. I just
Mm.
can't.
So how does that affect your working out? Because I'm an educator too,
Mhm.
and I'm in elementary, and
Oof.
I work
Bless
with a.
you.
I like it though. I actually like it. So I took a leave of absence right now, and I'm actually finishing up an
Oh.
internship over at the high school, and it is way
Oh.
different.
It
Yeah,
it the dynamic is completely it's
yeah.
completely different.
The big babies are different than the little babies,
Yes, completely.
and like for me, I'm one of the people who, I get up super early, 4-ish, 5, like every morning, even on the weekends.
Oh,
And I work out. I like have a whole day even before I go into the building, and I hear teachers on a consistent basis talking about, time. And I understand, I'm in the schools every day, teachers are overworked, they're underpaid, they're stressed out, they have families, they have all of these things going on. So how is it that you know how do you find time or make time to still get your fitness in, along with all of the expectations that comes with working in education?
well, I think the biggest change for me is my mindset. Like I have to just make time for it. And I'm reading this book called The Miracle Morning, and it talks
Mm.
about how you have to get up earlier or start your day earlier, like maybe at 5 or at 6. And I am a night owl, so for
Oh
me to get
yeah.
up at 5, mm-mm. But I did it today, and I was like, wow, I have all this free time, all this time.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, but I have to like schedule it. So I usually work out after work. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
get up at like 6:30 and I'll get ready for work and I'll have my morning. Like usually I'll drink a 32-ounce water bottle full of water and I'll take my thyroid pill and I'll get my makeup on and I'll get all I'll paint the barn
Yeah.
and then I'll come upstairs and I'll read some of my morning mindset training book, or if I have training for Beachbody that day, I'll listen to a podcast with Brad Bijak and we'll talk about mindset training. And then I go to work and I absolutely, after work, that's my workout time. I have to get it in. Otherwise, my whole day just feels like wonky. Like Sundays are rest days and they are so hard for me because I have to rest. Your body
Mm-hmm.
needs a full 24 hours in order to just repair and recover. And I can't. It's hard for me to do it, but
Yeah,
I
I
know I
know.
need.
And I think that's where I think you make some good points about, making time to do it in the afternoon and different things like that. And then how you feel when you don't work out, on Sundays and stuff like that. Cause I'm the
It's
same way. It's
rough.
like I get jittery and I'll just be like, sometimes like, man, I just want to work out. But I
Uh
know at
huh.
some point my body needs a break. My body needs to rest and it needs to
Yeah.
recover. It needs to recoup, So since you work out in the afternoon,
Hmm.
you still have to cook and do all these different things. So, how much time are you spending, working out? And like, what are some of the things that you do to work out, like doing your workouts?
Oh, typically my workouts last between 30 and 45 minutes. Sometimes if I
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of time, like on Saturday, I'll go for a run, and that usually takes about an hour, hour and a half. I still do have to do all those other things that adulting does. You have to do.
Yeah, like
So
raising kids.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
when all your kids are teenagers, it's
Oh, I know. I'm in a similar situation. I got 2 teenagers in the house right now. I got boys. Yeah.
oh, see, I only have one boy and we have two girls, and my oldest is in college, and my
Mm-hmm.
middle is at the middle school, and my youngest is at the middle school.
Mm-hmm.
My middle child is at the high school. Sorry, not the middle
Mm.
school.
Okay.
So I'm like, wait, that doesn't sound right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So one of the reasons why I reached out to you to have you on the show was because I saw your constant posting and I saw you constantly losing weight and dropping weight and dropping weight and dropping
Yeah.
weight and getting your results and getting your results. And every time you post, it's always something very upbeat. I mean, you're always in a good mood, and that's all I see of you. And I was just like, man, I just want to get to know her more because I know she has something to offer. How much weight I mean, you said you was almost 300 pounds. So like, how much weight
Yeah.
have you lost so far?
Um, I've completed 2 rounds of 9 week control freak.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so since completing those 2 rounds, I've lost about 60 pounds.
Mm.
So I started out close to 250 again, and then I'm like 160. Yeah, I'm 160.
Oh man,
I weigh as much as my 13-year-old son.
man, you lost a whole person,
I really did.
man. That
So
is like those things are amazing, and I think, a lot of times when we don't follow people and we don't see people their journey because they don't
mhm.
post all the time like you do, we tend to look at things and we just see the end, but
Yeah, a lot of people don't see the struggle, but everybody struggles, and
mm-hmm,
it has to do with how much you want to portray. Oh, my life is hard. My life sucks. Or you know what? Yeah, it sucks right now, but
but
it's always going to get better.
mm-hmm,
You're never always going to be in the thick of it for always. You have
mm-hmm,
to look on the bright side of things. And if you want to do these things and you're tired of, I hate the way this looks and I hate the way I feel, well, then stop moping about it and do something about it.
yeah, I like that.
Everybody has that choice. Everybody is given the same 24 hours. It just depends on how well you use them.
Mm-hmm,
If you want to take your health into your own control, you're going to do these things that are required of you. Yeah, eating healthy all the time is not great. It sucks. Sometimes I want to eat my emotions and just give me that bag of chips, but
yeah,
or give me the ice cream, but I can't. I'm a little bit lactose intolerant, and so I can't have the regular ice cream that everybody else gets to have.
mm-hmm,
So it's just one of those things. And health to me now is very important. And I want to live to see grandkids, and I want to be able to. I want my son to be able to live to see grandkids.
mm-hmm.
So I
So
have to be healthy.
So one of the things you talked about was like mindfulness.
Oh yeah.
Because I believe in it. I know some people like, well, blah 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 blah, but like I found it to be very helpful. I find that, spending a few minutes a day here and there, whether it's every day, I used to do it a whole lot more consistently than I do now, but I still do it often. And it's just I don't know, it's just so beneficial. Like I see so much good that comes from it. I see more of the benefits when I do it than when I don't see it. And I still,
Oh yeah.
I'm still pretty focused and stuff, but when I meditate on a consistent basis, it's like it's to almost to a new level, to a different level. So are you
I, I think it's because you're talking to a higher level of yourself. Like there's all these
mm,
things, there's all these goals that you want to set and reach, and you can't do that if you're just down in the dumps all the time. You have to just kind of just think outside the box and just let your mind and your body just connect and be as one. And like I said before, you can't always look on the wrong side of things because this life is so good if you focus
mm-hmm.
on the good in the world and not all the bad and the evil, because this world is full of bad and evil things.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Speaking of bad and evil things, let's just go ahead and get to some of the struggles so we can get that out of the way. So,
Okay.
what were some of the struggles that you went through, or what were some of the things, not necessarily you had to get too personal that may have been going on in your life to cause you to get to that point? Because, you know, I think sometimes people wake up and be like, oh, snap, I'm 300 pounds, but they may know, but they may not really understand how they really got there, because
Yeah.
they've just been waking up, living and working, and they're like, how in the world am I? this right now. So what
Mm-hmm.
were some of the struggles that you went through?
Looking back, I think some of the struggles that I had was I wasn't happy. Like I
Mm-hmm.
thought I was happy with myself, but I really wasn't. I saw what I could be, and I honestly wasn't happy, and I made some really really wrong choices. Um, but now I'm in a place where I am happy, and
Mm-hmm.
I struggled with nutrition consistently. Like I thought I was eating healthy, and I thought I was eating clean, and I really wasn't. Um,
Mm.
I struggled with my faith a lot. Like I still believe in God and Jesus Christ, but I still struggle with my faith on a daily basis. I know
Mm-hmm.
they're there. I know they love me, but do I really believe all the things that I was taught growing up? I still struggle with
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I also struggle with how I'm being perceived. Like
Mm.
when my ex husband told a lot of, well, a friend in particular. This friend then did some retaliation to all my social media, and like when I would go on a run, they would follow me, and they would flip me off, and they would do all these things because I wasn't happy in my marriage, so I
Mm-hmm.
chose to end it because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want my kids to grow up with, well, mom and dad are fighting all the time and they're not getting along, and mom doesn't want dad to touch her, and like all this, they could see all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And and so I struggled a bit with that because I thought these people were my friends, and then they called me all these names, and you're just a whore, and you're just a homewrecker, and just all these things that they had absolutely no idea what my side was. And of course, they're
Mm-hmm.
not going to listen to my side because they're his friends, and that's totally fine. But I struggled a lot with that, and
Mm-hmm.
with heartache and pain, and I'm an emotional eater, and I know that now.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I would uh, have these experiences, I was like, well, I'm just going to go to the kitchen. I'm just going to go eat because that's what I need to do. But
Mm-hmm.
now there's better ways for me to deal with my emotional eating, and which is that I don't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. What else do you want to know?
Yeah, I want to know how, based off of that, like people will people will say, well, people want to know how. You know what I mean? Because
How
you
what?
don't how you go from there. Like you were, stressed, you were in a relationship that you were not happy with, and you were able to transition to the person that you are today. Yes, you still have struggles, but you were able to lose this weight. You were able to stay consistent. You're happy now. So, and I think, you know, well, how is it that, like what changed? Like I know, like, was it a flip? Was it a switch that flipped, or what was the wow moment that you was just like, I'm gonna do it, and then like, what was that process like? Was it like a mental process? Was it like a journey? Um.
It definitely was a mental process. My aunt convinced me to become a Beachbody coach. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Brittany, no,
Mm.
that's not for me. I can't do that. That's not for me. And she's
Mm-hmm.
like, I think you can do this. I think you can coach other people.
Mm-hmm.
So with the Beachbody training, like we have the mindset coaching with Brad Bijak, and he had
Mm-hmm.
said something in one of his podcasts, like I can't even remember what he said, but I remember how I felt. And I was like, oh my God, that's me. I can do this. And so everything just, after listening to one of his calls, everything just kind of flipped. And, and so now I love myself. I love the
Mm.
way I am, and I put me first. And yeah, I'm a mom. I will always love my kids. I will do
Yeah.
whatever it takes to be the mom that they need me to be.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, it's okay to focus on me and to not feel guilty about that. And I think a lot of parents in general think that they have to sacrifice themselves in order to put their kids first. And I'm not saying that that is bad, because that's
Mm-hmm.
not a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
But it's so, so important to take care of you. And if that means you're going to listen, you're going to meditate for 10, 15 minutes a day before you do anything for your kids, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I
yeah,
think that's
mindset
a
training helped a lot.
yeah. I think that's a great point. As a parent, we always struggle with, making time for the kids. And, a lot of times we do put them first and we neglect ourselves. But
Mm-hmm.
like you said, I don't think you have to have one without the other. I think you can have both. I think you can still put yourself first and still give your kids everything that they need without neglecting them you
Yeah,
know but I think for a lot of people it's finding that time, you know what I mean,
yeah,
and making the time, because life gets so busy, you know what I
it
mean, like
does.
we're running around and running around and running around. So what are like do you have a do you have a schedule or a routine or something like that you follow? Because I hear that routines are can be very helpful in the
It
success
can
of
be,
weight
yeah.
loss.
Well, I I guess I do. I never really thought about it. So during the school year, I'm
Mm-hmm.
usually up by like 6.
Okay.
Um, and then yeah, I'll get dressed. I'll go into the bathroom and brush my teeth and put in my contacts because I wear glasses because I have
Oh
astigmatism in
yeah.
both my eyes. So I'll put my contacts in. I'll get my makeup on. I'll do my hair, and I'll come upstairs and do my mindset reading
Mm-hmm.
or listening to a podcast. And then I'll pack my lunch and get ready for work, and I'll go to work. And so then I'm at work usually by 8, and
Mm-hmm.
I work until 4, and then I'll come home and I will. If I already have a program picked out, then I'll get my workout clothes on and I'll work out. I'll take my pre-workout, I'll work out, and then I'll eat dinner and go shower and read for a little bit, and then I'll go to bed.
Mm. So
Um,
do you take protein on a regular basis, or is that and like
when I
what type
lift
of protein?
weights,
Mm.
I do a post workout with the protein powder. Um, if I just do cardio, if I'm not super sore from cardio, and not all the times do I get super sore from doing cardio, then I won't
Mm-hmm.
take my post workout shakes. But usually when I lift weights, because I get super sore, I'll do a post workout.
So, okay, so you lift weights
I do.
and you take protein
Uh huh.
and you're not all bulky and swole up.
No, that's one of the myths.
I know.
Women, you
Let's
will
talk
not
about
gain
it.
weight. You do not contain the same amount of testosterone as a man, so you will
Mm-hmm.
not get bulky. And let's be face it, those one women who are super super bulky who look like dudes, you know who I'm talking about. You see them in the
Mm-hmm.
gym.
I see him.
They have to take either anabolic steroids or some other kind of drug to get those
Mm-hmm.
muscles to look like that. It's just not natural. I mean, there are some women who do get crazy amounts of muscle, and that's
Mm-hmm.
fantastic, and it
Yeah.
looks great. But when you're female and you look like a guy, probably not the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless
I
that's
don't
what
want to end up looking like China. That's not
yeah.
for me.
Oh yeah, I remember China. I was a huge fan of hers back in the
I
day.
know, me too.
So you're a wrestling fan too?
Oh yeah, I love
Oh
wrestling.
yeah?
WWE, AEW.
Who do you like
And
right now?
oh, I like Kenny Omega.
He's all
Mm,
right.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't watch it as much as I used to.
You know what? I
Um,
don't either.
I wish I did though. It's just I'm too busy right now. But
Oh,
I was a
I
who's
will
who?
always make time for The Rock, though. I'm just
Oh
saying.
yeah, The Rock.
Dwayne
What
Johnson,
about
whew,
and he works out. He's always working
he
out.
does work out.
He's in
Yes,
the gym every day.
all the time. Isn't it called like Iron Paradise or something for him?
Man, I don't know, but
Something.
I be seeing his stuff in the store, and I was like, man, I'm gonna get one of them shirts. But I'm like, man, I don't look good enough into getting them
Oh
shirts.
yes, you do. Come
I
on.
said, I'm gonna bulk up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna get me one, get one of them shirts
You
and
just
walk
get
around
one
like The Rock.
now.
Yeah,
Just
and
get one
grow it
now.
and
It's
grow
fine.
into it.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. So yeah, The Rock is doing this thing. Who's your top five wrestlers of all time?
Oh,
I know you got The Rock and number
put me on the
one.
spot. Yeah, The Rock.
Okay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
Um, I love Trish Stratus.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I remember Trish.
yeah,
She was
Lita. I
beast.
love her.
Yes. Yes.
Let me see. Attitude Era. I love Shawn Michaels. He's pretty
Mm.
funny.
Yeah.
DX was totally funny. Um,
Yeah. So you was around during the Attitude Era.
I was.
Yes, me
Yeah.
too. I mean, we
Yeah.
had The Rock, we had
Hmm.
Stone Cold.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, it was the bomb. We had DX, and then I was even watching WCWs. I was even
Oh yeah.
watching the whole NWO era and all of that stuff. Eric
Oh
Bischoff,
yeah.
Hulk Hogan,
Yeah, Hogan.
Razor Ramon. Well, you know,
Oh, Kevin Nash. Wah,
Kevin
wah.
Nash too. Yeah, all of that. Like that was man, that was the bomb. The
Kurt
DX
Angle,
and
he's pretty
NWO.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Kurt Angle, I think, is still out there in some kind of form. He may be working in the
Yeah, I
back or
think he's
something like
in
that.
AEW. Last I heard, I don't know. There's some phenomenal wrestlers out there now, like Karrion Cross, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's
I got
probably
a
the one.
guy that I work with. He watches it all the time.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, but he's talking about how much better it seems like AEW is than WWE.
That's because they're getting all the ones that WWE let go.
Yeah,
AEW smart.
all
Vince,
that talent.
mm, I worry
Yeah,
about him.
they say Vince still running the show over there.
He is, but I think honestly, I think Paul needs to run it. Triple H needs to run it.
You think so?
I think so. I think he did phenomenal with NXT, and look at how like okay, most of those wrestlers that were on NXT when they got called up, where are they
Mm-hmm.
now? The majority of them
AEW.
got let go, and
Yeah.
and yeah, and they're in AEW. So
Mm. Yeah. You a
time
fan
for
of
Paul to do it.
you a fan of Cody Rhodes? Cody
I
Rhodes?
do like Cody Rhodes. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's good too.
I do too. I liked him better once he switched over. When he went to
Oh yeah.
AEW, I liked him a whole lot better.
I think they do so much better in AEW because they actually have control over their character. They don't
Yeah.
like, well, you can't do that because,
Yeah.
you just
The
shouldn't do that. Here's
numbers.
what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
So they
think
like
yeah,
go
and I
ahead.
feel like if you do something that you want to do and that you're passionate about, like if you get to choose your character and you're really passionate about, you're gonna work on it. You're gonna try to be the best, you know, heel or face that you can be. You know,
Oh
'cause
yeah.
I see wrestlers and I'm like, where are they? And they're like, they're no longer in there. I'm like, why not? And I'm like, how come this guy's not getting pushed? And how come this guy's not getting pushed? But I mean, I understood the business. I know way less than Vince McMahon or anybody else, anybody ever who threw on some tights to wrestle or kick anybody. You know, I just always been a
Yeah.
huge fan of it. You know, even since way back in the day in the '80s when I used to watch it on Saturday mornings.
Oh yeah, that was the best with
Mm-hmm.
Gene
Mean
Okerlund.
Gene Okerlund,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was
I
good. Good
That's
times.
when I first fell in love with like Sting and Lex Luger and the
Oh yeah.
Steiner brothers.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the old school Steiner brothers when they used to wear like the
Oh
headgear and like the wrestling attire, like
yeah.
those. And then in
Yeah.
WWF at the time, I think that was, Razor Ramon. I might not be in the wrong, I might not be in the right era, but they had a couple dudes there. Ultimate Warrior, Stone
Oh
Cold,
yeah,
Andre
he
the
was
Giant. Oh yeah, I was a huge Ultimate Warrior fan. Huge Ultimate Warrior.
yeah.
Those dudes are like jacked. You know what I
They
mean?
really were. Like they
Yeah.
spent hours in the gym. So it was
Yeah.
crazy.
So we're gonna get back on subject a little bit. So
Okay.
you you do protein shakes,
Uh-huh.
you lift weights,
I
and
do.
you still lose weight. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So I'm glad you said that because I talked to a lot of people over the years, but mainly females, and they're against all of those things. And no matter what
Why?
you tell some of them, because I think the perception is that they're going to get super big and stuff,
Oh
and
yeah, with that old school mentality.
hmm and that's why I like
Yeah.
um. So I know you said you tried a program. What was the name of that program again?
9-week control freak.
9 week control freak. I've never heard of that.
Oh, look it up. It's freaking fantastic. So the
Mm-hmm,
one that I did is 9-week control freak off the wall. So there's two separate programs with Beachbody. You get one
mm-hmm,
that has like a step and a ball and a wall track.
mm-hmm,
Well, moving out of my house into where I'm at now, I didn't have the room for it. So I just did off the wall, which is just free weights.
mm-hmm.
And if you pick the right weight with all that volume training you have, it you'll
It's
get the
good.
result. You'll get the
So,
result.
So what do you mean by like volume training? I know what volume training is, but what do you mean by like how much volume are you speaking? Like maybe like say for instance, you like you say you're doing some free weights. So if you're doing curls, like how many sets of curls or something like that will you
Well,
maybe do?
that is completely different on the workout. So it's called
Okay.
DCT training. So it's density, complexity, and Tabata.
Mm-hmm.
So with one round, you do like Autumn picks the number. So you'll do 12 sets of each move. So like if you're working legs, which you work legs every day in that program,
Yeah.
so you'll do like 12 squats, and then you'll pick up some dumbbells and you'll do like 12 bicep curls, and then maybe if you're working shoulders, you'll do 12 shoulder presses, and then maybe if you're working triceps, you'll do 12 tricep kickbacks. But you do them as fast as you can with
Mm-hmm.
good form, as many rounds as you can within that allotted time frame.
Oh, okay.
So volume wise, it's a lot of reps.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to pick the right weight with the right form, because
Mm-hmm.
otherwise you're just swinging it around and you're going to pull a ligament or a muscle, and that's not
Mm-hmm.
going to feel good. And then you're not going to be able to work out, and you're going to be like, damn it, I should have went
Yeah.
lighter, or
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks
I
when
knew
you
I shouldn't have done tricep push-ups. They do that
yeah.
to me all the time.
Yeah. It sucks when you have injuries and stuff like that. Have
It
you have
really
you
does.
have you had any major injuries or anything like that?
Yes. Um, it's always my lower back where my
Mm.
tattoo is, and
Mm-hmm.
most of the times it's when I'm either doing laundry or I'm in the shower bending over
Mm.
trying to shave my legs, and I'll
Yeah.
throw my back out.
Mm.
It
So
is what it
I
is.
yeah, I sneezed a few years ago and threw my back out. Like I hit the ground like a ton of bricks. And then like 2 months later, I was having back surgery. So I had back surgery before I was 40 years old, and it started with a sneeze. It was crazy. Like,
That's nuts. I've never heard,
hmm
like, you hear all those jokes like I went to bed wrong, I slept on my neck
yeah,
wrong and now it hurts. But like sneezing, I've never heard of that before.
yeah. I
Did
sneezed
they have
hard though.
did they have to fuse your back
Nope.
together?
I
Oh,
didn't
well,
have
that's
a
good.
I didn't have anything fused. And another reason, one of the main reasons I got it done, well, because I was in the military and it was free, and
Hey, free is good.
and I was under 40. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be older one day. I'm gonna be in my 50s, my 60s, my 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever. And I didn't want to be having it get worse and have to have back surgery, later on in
Right.
life. So I went on and pulled the trigger and got it done. And it was the best decision that I made, when it comes to my back, because my back was been jacked up for a long time, and it ain't perfect now. Like I still have chronic back issues, but one of the things that helps me is working out. Like when I work out, like I'm loose. You know what I mean? My body's all warmed up and stuff. And
Oh yeah,
when I don't,
you don't
sometimes,
hurt.
man, I feel like my back fuse sometime if I go too many days and I don't work out. Trying to roll
Yeah,
out the bed sometimes in the morning. Nah, not
yeah.
not cool. Not cool.
Well,
Not
if you sleep with
cool.
an animal, they could just like shove you off the bed. My ex-husband used to have this
Man.
Rottweiler that he would lay in between the wall and myself, and then he would just roll over and shove
Mm.
me off the bed.
I got a little dog right now. He's 4 pounds, and so he's small. He's a little thing. Yeah.
You could put him in your backpack and take him to school
Hmm.
with you. The kids would love that.
He's been to school a couple of times, but he hadn't been since the pandemic.
Rude. He's
Yeah,
probably
I
so
know, right?
neglected.
Well, I'm not with the elementary school
Oh, that's
kids
right.
right
That's
now.
right. You're
Yeah,
in high school. High school
yeah,
kids would still love them too.
yeah. They would. They putting all their germs all on them and stuff. No, I'm just picking.
Yeah. Let me
What
pet
I know, right? What are
it. Yeah.
some other, you know, for a lot of people, well, for some people, they go through um this diet and then this diet, and then we're gonna try the keto this week, and then we're gonna try slim fast this week, and then we're gonna
Oh,
try smoothies this week.
yeah.
So
No.
have you tried a bunch of different ones, or like how do you eat? What do some of your meals look like
Well,
throughout the day?
now I eat the rainbow.
The
So I
rainbow.
do. Uh huh.
Okay.
I um I
Okay,
do
just
a
different
lot of
colors.
macros. I
Hmm.
do a lot of macros. first starting out, I was like, well, I'll just try the low carb diet because I've seen people get tons of that, or I'll try Atkins or
Mm-hmm.
keto, or like, no, everything in moderation, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to eat smaller portions. So I don't know how familiar you are with Beachbody programs, or um, there was a program by Autumn Calabrese who she came out with a program called 21 Day Fix. And so they
Okay.
came with these portion containers. So you'd portion everything out. So, like, the green container would be vegetables, the purple container is fruits, the orange container is like a salad dressing, a yellow container or carbs. And so
Mm.
you put everything in there and kind of portion it out. And then you just get to where you can eyeball it. So I'll still portion everything out. Oh, and the red container is the protein. So I'll still portion everything out, and then I'll just put it on my plate so I know what it looks like. So that I eat a certain amount of containers every day. I don't always have a cheat meal because I feel like my body just doesn't crave all that junk anymore since I've been eating this way for, I don't know, 6 months, 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat a lot of the junk anymore.
Yeah.
And there's always cookies here because I live with my grandparents and they always
Mm.
buy stuff for the grandkids. And I don't know. I'm a sucker for cinnamon bears and cookies, but like
Mm.
I can't
Cinnamon
really,
bears.
I know, right? And they have these
Yeah.
chocolate covered cinnamon bears. Oh,
Ooh,
I can't, I
man.
can't, I, I can't go
So
to the grocery store.
So how in the world do you do it? Because I don't know how many times I have talked to people, talked to clients, and they are like, I will be fine if I didn't live with this person. If this person didn't bring this in the house, I will be fine. And they struggle with that. How do you do it? How do you have the self-control to leave that stuff alone?
I remember what it felt like being super heavy and super just my knees hurt.
Mm.
I remember not having control of what I put in my mouth. And now that well, okay, I always had control of what I put in my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't always make the best choices.
There you
So
go.
I remember those feelings. And to me, it's just not worth it anymore. It doesn't, like, as soon as I take that bite of like the gluten free cookie that I can have, it's
Yeah.
not, it doesn't taste the same. And my body doesn't respond well to that anymore. So I don't know, I drink a lot of water.
Mm.
So I don't know. My body just doesn't want the sugar anymore.
So you said your knees hurt then.
Uh
So
huh.
I know we kind of touched on injury and stuff like that, but like some of those little nicks and pains and those things are not necessarily injuries. Some of those things that those little nicks.
Yeah.
So with your knee, did you still experience some of that knee pain as you like when you first started on your journey and working
Oh,
out and stuff like that?
certainly. I used to dance a lot in high school. I never made the drill team because I was a size 14, and they assume, that's too big. We can't put you in a leotard. So just my knees just pretty much jacked up from dancing. I do have a torn meniscus on my right side of, wait, yeah, on my right side of my left knee. So I will always have pain in that knee until I get
Yeah.
it surgically fixed, which I'm not prepared to do that. But I'll tell you what one thing has helped. I take Beachbody Performance Recover, and
Uh-huh.
that has seriously helped my knee so much. So
Mm.
if you were on the line about anything Beachbody performance wise, the performance line, or the Shakeology, do
Mm-hmm.
it. Just
Is it a
try it.
shake?
It is a shake.
Okay.
Um, I'm a simple girl. I just mix it with water. But you
Mm-hmm.
can like add yogurt to it or a banana or ice. But I just like water. But that
Mm.
helps. It helps fuse in all those muscles with the nutrients that you need after a workout. So
Mm-hmm.
it basically feeds your muscles, and that
Mm.
has helped my knee a lot.
Mm-hmm. So do you still experience knee pain? Because some people be like, well, you need to stay off your knee, and because I know you said you do a lot of legs, so I'm assuming there's some
Hmm.
squats in there.
There's always a squat.
Yeah, I'm always squatting too, you know.
Yeah.
So I think squats is one of the best exercises that you can do. You know,
Oh yeah.
I get so much out of it, you know. So
Yeah, my knee still hurts. It doesn't hurt quite nearly as bad as it used to. Like there will be
mm-hmm,
days where I have to wrap it and ice it, and I take ibuprofen. I
mm-hmm,
mean, I there are some days where I have to do that when it's super cold. I live here in Idaho, so it's cold like
mm,
9 months out of the year.
ooh.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I love it.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no
I'm not a fan of the cold.
sarcasm. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
not either.
Yeah. Some people love it though.
Yeah, some people are great at it. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
great for skiing and maybe you could camp when the weather is cooler. I'm not outdoorsy. Like
Yeah.
I like to
No.
hike when it's hot,
Mm-hmm. Mm,
not when
yeah.
it's cold.
Yeah, when it's hot. I
Yeah.
mean, I've been in the cold. I prefer not to be in it. Um,
Yeah.
I'm in the morning time, you know. So like I do be kind of jealous of the people who work out, you know, when the sun's up sometimes. You know, like when I come home and it's, you know, like in the morning times, like right now, it's, you know, in North Carolina, it's here, it's like in the 40s, you know, early low
In the
40s.
morning.
Mm-hmm. Like at that early, at like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
That's
It's
not too bad.
yeah, but it's dark too. And
Yeah, it
then
is dark.
but I'd be jealous because like when you work out in the evening, you're out walking, and I'm just like, man, it's like 70 degrees, high 60s
Perfect.
now. And I'm like, man, it must be nice. Like I'm all bundled up, like I got on a
Aw.
hat and gloves, but
You're bundled up at 70 degrees.
yeah, no, in the morning time. No,
Oh.
not in the evening. I just see y'all out there walking and running and exercising in the afternoon. But then I go back and I'm like, man, yes, it's really nice out there. It's a good day for a walk and run. But I
Yeah.
already did mine. So I'm finna go in here and take a shower and chill and relax. You know, so
Yeah.
that's the pros and cons. And another thing for me, well, the reason why I can't work out, well, I can work out in the evening, but one of the main reasons I don't is because um, well, I'm kind of a procrastinator, you know, so what end up happening is like I'm like, okay, well, I ain't gonna work out this one, I'm gonna work out this evening. I like schedule a meeting, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. Had schedule a meeting at work, or you know, get hurt or get injured, and then sometimes throughout the day
Oh,
I'm
shoot,
thinking
it's
about
already
it.
8 o'clock. I can't do
Yeah.
that.
And then like
Yeah.
my anxiety be acting up because I'm just like, man, I gotta think about it all day long. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I really don't want to work out, but I do. So for me, those are the main reasons why, some of the reasons why I work out in the morning. So, but
Well, that's good. I found sometimes when you work out like first thing in the morning, it's done and it's over with, and you don't have to worry about
mm-hmm,
it for the rest of the day. But I'm
yeah,
like, okay, I gotta get home and work out,
mm-hmm,
and I really, really need my workout. And
mm-hmm,
then sometimes you're not the only one who procrastinates. Like sometimes I get home and
yeah,
I'm like, I just need like a half hour where
yeah.
nobody
See,
talks to me, nobody bugs
mm,
me. But it's inevitable. I have to work out, so I just do
yeah.
it.
So, do you hate working out?
Depends.
Mm,
If my cardio is anything other than running, then yes,
mm-hmm.
I hate working out.
Do you do it anyway?
Yes, I do. I suck it up.
Yeah. Who cares, right?
Yeah. So like today I did boxing,
Uh-huh.
um, and that was super fun because it's always fun to kick an imaginary person's butt.
Mm-hmm.
Saturdays I usually go for a run if it's
Mm-hmm.
not too cold outside because now it's starting to be winter time.
Yeah.
So
So
um, yeah.
do you though you mix your workups with you mix your workouts with you know, hard things or things you don't like along with, you know, some things that you do like,
Oh yeah.
or yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to mix it up because if you don't, your body starts to plateau and then you're not going to get the results that you want.
Yep.
So every 30 days is, or, after you finish a program, depending on how long it is, like I know Les Mills has some fantastic programs out there. Um, you always have to change it up.
Mm,
So
I
I've
like
been
that.
hitting the weights pretty hard. I'll probably do some yoga here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just so slow. But who does some great yoga?
Who's that?
DDP.
Who?
DDP.
Oh yeah, DDP
He
sure
does some
does.
fantastic yoga. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really good.
DDP yoga. He has like a
Yeah.
whole fitness brand or something
Oh
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I've
What?
done some of those workouts before. They're not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
I
So
mean,
if you haven't,
he's a big dude, and he's
oh
been
yeah.
in
And some of the
fitness for a
positions
long
he gets
time.
in, I can't even get into.
Oh yeah.
And I'm younger.
Mm. Yeah,
So
he's old now. Well,
yeah, I think he's like almost 60.
is he that old?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because
Because
he was
he was
kind of
like
grayish then when he was the bang. You know what I
he was
mean?
38 or 39 when he broke into WCW. He was the
Oh,
older
he
wrestler.
started late.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, really late. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who was that girl he was with? Wasn't it his wife or something?
I think so. I
Yeah,
can't
it was like,
remember.
yeah. Because I think he, now, I could be totally wrong, but I think a rumor or something, I can't remember. He was trying to sue Jay-Z about something about, because you remember he used to do the whole
Oh,
this
the
and
bang.
like,
Yeah, he still does that.
yeah,
The bang. He
yeah,
does it
but
in
it's
videos.
but JC has the same thing. So
Oh,
yeah, but that
well,
was like
how?
years ago. But he don't have Jay-Z money, so he probably was like, nah, just let me stay
Well, I
in the.
know that's
I don't
trademark,
know. Yeah,
so nobody else can do it.
yeah. Were you a fan of Booker T?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Especially when he was King Booker.
King Booker, yeah, and the
Yeah.
Spinneroonie and all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah, that's crazy. What are you have any like well, not, what is your next goal, or what is a goal that you're working on right now?
I don't know that I have any.
No,
No, I don't. Like health wise, or are you talking about just in general?
health wise, or like in fitness, like, some people's like, I want to lose 30 pounds, I want to lose 40 pounds. That's my next goal, my next
Oh.
milestone, or I want to complete this 5K by the end of the winter, something like that.
I've never ran like a 10K. I kind of want to do that.
Mm.
Um, or maybe even like I don't think I have the knee strength to do a half marathon, but I'd love to try. Or like a tougher mudder. That would be fun.
Ooh, yeah, Tough
Yeah.
Mudder.
Yeah. What
I
about you?
did. Ah, I don't know. I'm thinking I may end up doing. I know I got a couple coming up next year. Murph I think is in May.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times. I did David Goggins 4x4 by 48. Um,
Ooh.
couple last year. You heard of that one?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
that was cool.
It
I
looks
got
hard.
It is hard. I got kind of hurt like my third set of 4 miles. And then after that, I just had to walk. And then I got more hurt, if that's a word.
Aw.
Yeah, but I still sucked it up and I did it. Mentally, it was it was a huge mind, man.
Yeah, I
It
bet.
it take you places
Oh, yeah.
in a very good way though. Like you open up some areas of your brain, and you have some conversation with yourself, and it's just like, it's so amazing. Like I can't even really put it into words, like the benefits of it. It's like when people talk about like, okay, so like, all right, so I'm weird, right?
Oh,
So
you
I
are not.
Yeah, so check this
No.
out. So I follow people on TikTok, right? I follow this guy on TikTok, and what all he does is like crack necks. He's a chiropractor.
I love those type of videos because it's just
Yes.
I don't know the sound or something. Yeah,
Yes. And
I
to
get it.
see those people's reaction,
Oh,
like
those are hilarious.
when they do it exactly. So like I've experienced that that feeling when you first get it done, because it's almost like life or death. I feel like the first time you get it done, I can't really explain it, but it's
Yeah.
like, have you been to a chiropractor before?
No, but
Oh
I'm
my
pretty sure I'd be
goodness.
like, okay,
Yes.
now.
So it's like when he about to pull your neck, right? It's almost like you feel like, oh snap, like, because you hear all of these things about how, your spine and your vertebrae and all of these
Mhm.
different things are connected, and you could die. You think about hanging people and all of those things, right? So when he pulls your neck, it's like it's like a flash. It's like you think you're gonna die, and then it's like you're alive, and it's just like it's a I don't. It's hard to explain. It's almost even like when you just like you get out the water, it's
Yeah,
like
you start
that.
breathing in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. So like mentally, when I did the 4x4x8, it was kind of like that. It's just kind of something. It's like a really good space that you get to, um, and because you're tired all the time,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, yeah, and it's 48 hours, and yeah, but it was fun though. I did it alone, you know,
Alone? You didn't have a
yeah,
team?
all by myself in my neighborhood.
Oh, sad. All by myself.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly how it was. I had a
Aw.
friend of mine, he did it a couple years ago, and then um I asked him to join, but he was like, "Man, I did that last year." So
Well, suck it up and do it again, because I need
yeah,
a
right.
buddy.
I know, right? I might do it next year. But the thing about it, good thing is I met a guy online that was doing it at the same time. So
Oh, there you
kind of
go.
had a virtual buddy. He actually be on the show here in a couple of weeks too. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, he's from out your area somewhere. I forgot exactly where.
Probably Utah,
Somewhere. I thought
California.
somebody told me to think about moving to Utah. You know anything about Utah?
I do, because it's only like 4 hours away from Idaho.
Mm.
The people there are kind of, well, it depends on where you move, because there's some really nice people there and there's some really
Mm-hmm.
sketchy people there. So
Mm.
it just depends. But
Enough
there's
said.
more nice people there, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you happen to, I know Salt Lake City is the capital and it's like Mormon Central. I don't know if you're familiar with
Mm-hmm.
the phrase, or
Mm-hmm.
lots of members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter Day Saints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's give and take.
Mm. So I know one of the things for a lot of people is they feel like they need to have a workout buddy.
Yeah,
Do you have a workout buddy? What are your thoughts on having workout buddies?
I think having a workout buddy is fantastic. Everybody should
Mm-hmm.
at least have one. I think if you work out with somebody, they can push you harder. They can, well, if she's lifting 15, I can lift more than that. And
Mm-hmm.
but I also think they can do a lot of damage, because if your
Mm.
form is off even by a little bit and you try to lift heavier than your workout buddy, you're going to tear something.
Mm.
So I don't know how you are, but I'm like super competitive when it comes to working out with somebody. So one
Yeah.
time I worked out with somebody and we were doing high knees and I landed on my foot wrong and tore all the muscles in my foot.
Mm.
And so, it just has to, you just have to not be so competitive. I mean, competition
Mm-hmm.
is good and
Yeah.
great, and it can be like one of the best workouts you always have,
Mm-hmm.
but don't damage yourself.
Yeah. What if you don't have a workout buddy? So do you have one every day when you work
I
out?
I don't. I work out all
Mm.
by myself
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah.
It can be kind of lonely,
Yeah.
but then again, that's my me time, and I can get out of my headspace and not
Mm-hmm.
think about things of the day, or if I'm really into a certain person, a certain guy, and
Mm-hmm.
well, he hasn't texted me back yet. I don't have to worry about that. I just
Yeah.
focus on me.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause I mean, I don't have a workout buddy. What I've found over the years that um I haven't had a workout. I've had a couple of good workout buddies. Over the
yeah.
year, I had one, shout out to Song Winters.
Aw.
He was one of my workout buddies when I was in Sergeant Soto was a good workout buddy. But being in the military, you move around and then you lose these people,
Yeah.
or your jobs may change or you may decide to work out at a different time, you know.
Mhm.
So I've found that over the years, I can't depend on anybody at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Um, and if I get solely dependent on that buddy and then they decide to not show up,
Yeah.
if they decide to not come pick me up, if they decide to not do schedule or do the workout today, then I'm back to myself again. So um I think if you are going to have a workout buddy, you got to have some accountability there with each other, you know. Because I
Yeah.
have a couple of workout buddies that I work out with from time to time. Like shout out to my homeboy Sandon, and Michael. Like we'll work out
What
together.
up, dude?
Yeah, there you go. What up, Michael and Sandon? Y'all scrubs. Probably sitting over there right now and getting fat.
Probably eating something they shouldn't be.
Yeah, yeah. What you
Fellas,
eating
what's the
over there,
deal?
Sandon? Yeah,
Yeah.
what y'all
Is it
eating?
ice cream? Because I'm all.
Yeah, yeah. Coffee. Sandon's probably drinking coffee.
Yes.
I already know what Michael's doing. Probably nothing.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
He just got called out.
Who? Yes, okay. They be okay.
Okay.
They my homeboys. But see, like Sandon, like I've worked out with both of them. We've all gotten together, worked out before. We've done hikes together. We did a 26-mile ruck earlier than the year. So we get together from time to time and do like certain events and stuff like that. And I find that, and we're all in that group chats and stuff. So I find that that's really helpful to have a couple of guys in your group that's kind of working out, kind of on the same level and stuff like that as you. We
Yeah.
challenge each other. We go in there, we talk crap to each other in the group chat. I mean, we had an argument today, I think, about something. Two men argues. It was pretty funny. Because it ended with a lot of LOLs and a lot of dislikes and stuff like that. So, and yeah, it's pretty funny though. But
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, because the good thing about it is that, I do have someone to work out with, when I want to, if I need to, if I need that
Right.
that energy from someone, that's can push me. Because, we did last year, earlier this year, we went out one morning and did 1,000 burpees, and it sucked, but it took us like 4 hours or something. But it was so
That's a
like it
lot
was,
of burpees.
yeah, it sucked. Yeah, it was not good. But we both wanted to join the 1,000 burpee club.
Well,
So
there you go.
yeah, we were going to do like the 500. I think I started off. I think he mentioned it and was like, "Hey man, we should do some burpees or something." And I was like, "Hey man, let's do 500." And then he probably one upped me and was like, "Well, if we're going to do 500, we might as well do 1,000." And I was like, "Well, forget it then. Let's do it." You know what I mean? Probably some male jock macho
How
type
sore
stuff.
were you the next day,
Yeah.
though?
I think I was pretty sore. I think it was mainly, yeah, I think I was pretty sore.
Yeah, I
Not
bet. I mean, I
not
do
as bad as
85.
I thought. Not as bad as I thought though, because I had already been doing burpees. Like we hadn't been training up for it, but we had already been doing burpees. I think the most burpees I did before then in a setting was, I think, 300. Me and him and did 300 one
That's
time.
still a good
Yeah.
amount.
Yeah. There was a workout that we did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But he's fun to work out with. Like, he's a good guy to work out with. And like, I enjoy his company. So like, I do have,
So it
a
didn't feel
couple of
like you were
guys.
working out at all.
No, we was there. I mean, it did, but
Towards the
it
end,
was a
though.
good time. Like, it was a good time. And I think, a lot of time we think that working out has to be so bad. And sometimes it is bad. And I think it's
Yeah.
okay. But and sometimes I do dread waking up at 4:30 in the morning or 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I dread waking up that early.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Do you listen to music? Or what do you listen to when you like say for instance, like you say you walk on what day? Do you do a walk one day?
I run.
You run. Okay.
Mhm.
Do you like what do you listen? Do you listen to music or do you
Oh,
listen to
I
like
do listen to music. I listen to a lot of WWE wrestling themes or
mm,
hard rock. I listen to like Pop Evil,
okay.
Papa Roach, just hard rock.
Okay.
Keeps me in that mindset where I need to be.
Mm.
But also with the workout buddies, a lot of my fellow coaches and I will sometimes get on a Zoom call and then do
Mm-hmm.
whatever workout we're supposed to do. So it's kind of like a workout buddy, but
Mm-hmm.
we just the feed and just we're all there and we work out.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't
Nice.
ever, I don't know, unless I
Yeah.
go to like a summit meeting, then I really don't work out with somebody every day. Like every once in a while, I work out with my coach Brittany, and
Mm-hmm.
that's always fun because her kids are freaking nuts and I love
Yeah.
them.
So
Her
you
kids
work
are.
out 6 days a week.
I do work out 6 days a week,
6 days
sometimes
a week.
7, but I
Mm-hmm.
usually I know if I work out 7 days a week, I'm gonna hurt, so I just try to
Mm-hmm.
take a day off.
So I'm an active recovery guy. That's the
Okay,
way I do. So my active recovery, like on a Sunday, it may just be get up and go walk.
yeah, we do
Go
that a
walk
lot.
4 miles, walk 3 miles. And when I'm out there, like I am not trying to do anything but move my body.
Yeah,
Like I am not trying to speed up. I'm not trying to walk at no brisk pace.
you're a power walker.
Nope, not
No,
at all. Not on Sunday. On Sunday, I'm just That's not the
leisurely.
that's not the goal. The goal on
Yeah.
Sunday is to do nothing but move my body and listen to a podcast. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm a podcast person. I cut the music off. I probably listen to probably about 10% music. The other 90% I'm listening to a podcast um or something, some Goggins, David Goggins, or
What
all
kind of
those guys.
podcast do you listen to?
Well, right now I'm a big fan of Earn Your Leisure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I listen to a lot of the Earn Your Leisure podcasts. When I want interviews, I'll listen to Joe Rogan. Like he has a lot of people on there, but a lot of his older stuff he has like a lot of older people like Dave Chappelle, Mike
Oh,
Tyson, Wiz Khalifa, David Goggins, Elon Musk, like all of those people he have on the show. So like for me, I like hearing what those people have to say about whatever topics. And all of this stuff is very informational. And then on Earn Your Leisure, they have a bunch of different people on there that talks about business and stocks and, you know,
all the
everything.
things.
Yeah, all the things. So yeah, those are my two big ones in the morning time. And then between David Goggins, anything David Goggins and anything Eric Thomas. Those are probably my top four people that I listen to when I'm walking and
Well,
working
good.
out. Yeah. What about you?
I listen to Micah Folsom's "Do Your Crap."
Never heard of
And
that,
that's okay.
but I
And I
like it.
listen to the
I like
Office.
the name of it. You say "Do Your
Yeah,
Crap."
do your crap. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
And I listen to like murder mysteries.
Like books.
Yeah, a lot of books. I do listen to
See,
audiobooks quite a lot.
I'm scared. I'm scared of the audiobooks
Why?
because I get sucked in forever. So here's one of the first audiobooks that I listened to completely was the David Goggins You Can't Hurt
Oh,
Me on audiobook. And I think I got it on YouTube or something. And it was like 6 hours long. And man, I was throughout the day, I couldn't wait to get up in the morning at 4 o'clock so I can listen to the rest of it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And that
Oh,
went
yeah.
on for like a couple of weeks until I finished it. Because depending on my days and my working out, certain days when I ran, and after I ran 2 miles, I may have only gotten like 15 minutes of the podcast,
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was
I
like,
get
oh
that.
man, crap. And then I was doing a lot of running. So like most of my runs was less than like 45 minutes or so. So it took me a long time to get through all the content. But
Well, what
man,
speed do you listen to your podcast at?
on
Or your
regular,
audiobook?
on
Oh,
regular.
see, here's the trick with audiobooks.
Uh-huh.
You have to increase the speed just a little in order to
Increase
like
the speed.
yeah. No, listen, it's quite doable. So
I'm listening.
I love Harry Potter.
Okay.
And so usually once a year I'll listen to like all the audiobooks and stuff. Our library has a book nerd challenge called, it's 50 books in 50 weeks. So in order
Mm.
for me to get all those books in, like I increase the speed to like 2.3 or 2.5, sometimes 3.0, and you listen to the book so fast. But I've listened to Harry Potter's a lot, so I already know
Mm.
what's going on. If it's a newer book, I'll like up it to like maybe 2.3, and that's max speed. So that way I can get like all the characters and the plots and I can follow along, because sometimes if you have it too fast, you're like, what the hell did you just say?
Mm.
I don't know what's going on. What's with
Man,
that character? Yeah, so
I'm intrigued. So,
try it.
all
Just
right.
try
So I am um I hate reading, right? I
it.
don't like school. I
Well,
will
that's
admit
okay.
it. I work in the school. I love
Right.
my job. I am about to complete my third degree, and I still
That's
don't like
amazing.
school. But I'm
And
doing
that's
it.
okay.
Yeah, it ain't because I want to. It's because it's what I need to do. You know what I mean? So my wants are
Yes, I get it.
irrelevant. You know, man. But so as an educator, how do you you think I would be successful and would be able, because like right now, like when I do schoolwork and stuff, like I have to read
Mm-hmm.
stuff over and over. I'm like 2 or 3 time reader. You know what I mean? Because I don't comprehend well. And I don't know if because I just don't like it, never developed it.
It could
So,
be,
hmm,
or it could be. There's multiple types of learning, and you just could
mm-hmm.
be like visionary plus audio.
Oh, I
Audio.
am.
So like I have to, if it's complicated, I have to read it out loud. I can't just
Mm,
sit and read it with my eyes. I have to like read it out loud. So when I'm subbing in a class, like if the classroom is empty, like
yeah.
today I subbed in math class and it was algebra 1 and 2. I can handle algebra 1, no problem. But algebra 2 or like
Mm-hmm.
pre-calculus and trigonometry, I have to read those
Woo.
story problems out loud because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't I don't know how to do this.
Mm.
So I'll read it out loud and then everything just kind of clicks.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
maybe you need to read it out loud. Read it to your
Maybe.
dog.
Maybe. But
He needs a story.
you think I, but I'm wondering if I'd be able to pick up the audiobooks on 2.5. Would I be able to suck it all in fast enough? I think I probably could. We
I
watch
think you
movies all the
could.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
I'm gonna try it.
You could do
I'm gonna
it.
super try it.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Because the
should do
first
it.
time I heard about it was like kind of in passing on a radio or something on
Mm-hmm.
TV. It was real quick. They talked about it. Might have been Jordan Peterson or somebody. I don't remember who. Somebody said it. Might not have been him. But then you said it, but you was like 2.5 or 3. I'm like, man, you probably
Yeah.
like Carrie got one of them brains, probably just fly through it. Like my sister reads. All my sisters, they be reading like I don't know what. And I'm like, how y'all do it? They sit in the house all weekend and read. I'm like,
That's
I
how my grandma
wish,
is.
I
Like
wish I
I
could do
left
that.
I left this morning and she was reading one book and I came back home from school at like 4:30, 5 o'clock and she's reading a completely different book. I'm like,
Man, I'm
she's like,
so jealous of them
I get
people.
sucked into it and I just have to finish it. I have to find out what's
Yeah,
going on.
yeah. So that's kind of why like I'm scared to go down that rabbit hole of the audiobooks
No,
because I'm
don't
gonna
be
get
scared.
sucked
Don't do
in
it. Yeah,
because
you will. It's
I
good to give your brain a break from like being in the educational system all day long. It's good to have like a little downtime, right?
what if it gets
So,
like gaming? Because I used to game. I remember
oh
one time, a
yeah.
long time ago, I gamed for like 13 hours straight, like a long
Well,
time ago.
here's my advice.
Mm-hmm.
You're a grown ass man, right? You
Yep.
know how long you need to take. Maybe set a timer. Okay,
Uh-huh.
well, I'm only gonna listen to this book for like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes.
Nope. Not gonna
No.
happen. Not gonna happen.
Well,
You know how many times I said I was only gonna play the game for 30 minutes?
probably
And
like a
then
lot.
and then I decided not to go into work. Yeah.
Oh,
Like I used
well,
to this is the first year like Call of Duty just came out, the new Call of
uh-huh.
Duty. I have owned every single Call of Duty game that's ever came out. And I've always get them the day it comes out. I
Oh,
used to get the game and then take off for work for like take leave for like a week. And then when I
oh,
was in the
really?
army sometimes, yep, a couple times I've done that. So the game would drop and for like the next 5 or 6 days, I'm off for work. And all I'm doing is eating, sleeping, and
Gaming.
playing the game and gaming.
Mm.
But I would go through that phase for about a month or two, and then it just kind of die off after that. But when it first come out, I'm on it because what happens is, so the game. All right, so here's my routine. I put you onto it. So the game just came out the other day, like I think on the 7th or something like that. I will play hard, let's say until the 14th. Maybe take off work for like a week. And then every night, if I ain't doing nothing, I'm playing a game. At nighttime, I'm playing a game. And then probably not gonna get up in the morning and go work out. All right.
Well,
Yeah, right. So
that's okay.
some gonna have to sacrifice for that time. And the way I justify it, because I'm just like, well, I'm still in shape, I'm still good. I'll work out in the evening. Yeah.
And you won't do it.
See, and then like if I learn to develop a real love for reading,
Uh-huh.
that may be the outcome.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. Reading is super good.
It's good when you have time.
Yeah. Yeah, it totally
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. I think
I've
in the
never
future.
I've never been a gamer. Like my game that I absolutely love is Super Mario Brothers,
Heck
like
yes.
2 and 3.
Boom.
Like
Yes.
NES. Yeah, so that was
Yes.
great. And
Yeah, the
like trying
Nintendo.
to rescue Princess Peach from whatever his name is. I can't remember, but those were my go-to games. I never became like my son and my ex-husband. They play Fortnite a lot together.
Yeah.
And they will do it all. They would do it all day Saturday, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah. That's the good. Them was the good old days.
Yeah, right.
I'm looking forward to those. I got some of those days coming up in my future. You know, I plan on
Playing the game.
retiring. Yeah, one day. Not right now because I got too much going on right now. And if I get it right now, then yeah, it won't be good. It won't be good. I'm just
Well,
and I know myself, but I will play that game for a couple of weeks and then play it. And then when Christmas break hit,
oh
I'm
yeah.
going ham. And then I'm scheduling a little bit more leave after right after Christmas, because what happens right after Christmas is a lot of those, we call them the noobs, right? A lot of the little
Oh
kids,
yeah.
they get the game for Christmas. So
Mhm.
yes, I get on there and beat up on those new guys. It
You
make me
take them
feel
out.
good. Yeah, it made me feel good as an old guy to beat up on those young guys. They can beat
You're
me and
not
everything
old.
else. I'm 45.
Well, I'm 41,
Oh yes,
so
I'm older than you. Yeah,
not by much though.
not by much.
I'll be 42 in
Mm,
February. So
yeah. How do you enjoy how do you enjoy 41 versus, the 30s or different things like that? Like you feel a whole lot more alive now?
yeah, I do. I feel a whole lot better than when I was in my 20s there or
Mm.
30s. I don't have that, oh my gosh, I'm 40, I'm super old mentality. I kind of still feel like I'm 18. I know I'm not, but
I
that's
fa- someone said this to me. He said he feels like he's like 20 but have the mindset of a 40-year-old now.
oh yeah,
And
I
I'm
get
like,
yeah,
yeah, like I really connected with that thought
yeah.
process. I'm like, because that's kind of how I feel. Like, I'm not in the best shape of my life. I know that, but I'm in really good shape for my age. I feel well. Um, I have a whole bunch of aches and pains, but they're
There
manageable. You
Yeah, and there
know,
are a lot of people who are your age who
hmm
wish that they could be in good a shape as you.
yeah.
That's
And
just what I keep telling myself.
I struggle with all of the like, you know, a lot of the pains. I got arthritis in both of my shoulders. Like I got a whole laundry list of different things.
Hmm.
Um, but my body feels a whole lot better when I'm doing them versus when I'm not doing them. And
Right.
it kind of goes back to like when you was talking about with your knee pain and stuff. Is like the knee
Movement
pain.
is medicine.
Yeah. Oh my. Say that again.
Movement is medicine.
Absolutely. I believe in movement. All the movements. What are some what are some of your fun things that you may do like for a workout? I know you said you go hiking. Are you like a
Yeah.
bike rider or like a swimmer?
Yeah, I'll swim or a lot of it's just at home. That's where my
Mm-hmm.
gym is. So I'll like lift weights or I do cardio kickboxing. That's
Mm,
super fun. Or regular boxing. That's also fun.
mm-hmm.
Um, MMA.
Mm-hmm. So are you at a gym?
No.
Oh.
I
Oh,
work out at home.
so you work out totally at home. No
Yeah,
gym.
no. I have a what's called Beachbody on Demand. So I pay $100 a year, and it gives
Mm.
me access to all these programs, like from P90X to Insanity to Let's Get Up. Um,
Oh. So you can
all
go in
these
there and just
programs.
pop in anything you want
Mm-hmm.
and just do
Yep.
it. So if
Or
you
if I want
want
to
to,
do yoga,
man, and it's like $100 a year.
a year, yeah. So it's like
Oh, it's not
895
bad.
a month is what you're paying for. I
Okay.
mean, and gym memberships are fantastic for
Mm-hmm.
heavier weights. I mean, I'm even thinking about it because I really want to get Select Text, but right now with Christmas coming up and 3 kids
Mm-hmm.
to buy for, financially, it's probably not a sound decision.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of getting just a Planet Fitness membership just for heavier weights because the heaviest weights
Mm-hmm.
that I have are 25 pounds, which, yeah, that
Mm.
sounds pretty heavy, but when you're used to lifting 50 and 60 and 75 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
25s aren't going to cut it.
Yeah. Oh, you up
So
there with the big dogs, the 25s and
yeah,
50s and 60s. Yeah.
that's
Feel
right.
good, don't it?
It does. It
I
does.
can I can't explain to people how much like people see me and they're like, man, you're always excited, you're always in a good mood and stuff. And I'm just like, man, like fitness, man.
Loving life. Loving
Yeah,
life.
mental fitness, physical fitness, like all of the different fitnesses, in
Yeah.
life. Like it's not just the physical part. Like we benefit. I kind of feel like everything comes back to fitness. No matter what we do, the world is our fitness, and everything comes back to it. At least for me, like I don't know, I enjoy it. You know what I mean? I enjoy the
Yeah.
journey that I'm on. Um, Everybody's journey is different, and it's
Totally.
always good to sit down and talk to other people that understand what it's like to get up every single day and get out there and pound the pavement and
Yeah.
work out every single day and do that. It's because I don't know about you, but it's not like everybody in my circle works out consistently. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like this is something that you can have long conversations about with people. Because then when you talk about it, sometimes it can be seen as you trying to push your agenda off on people.
Hmm.
And it's not that. It's something that I have found helpful and useful in my life. And I just may want to share some of the good things in my life with you. I don't see it any different than saying, hey, I just had a new granddaughter and I want to share that with you. Like people don't see that as me bragging. You know what
No.
I mean? But when you
Yeah.
say anything about fitness, it's like, oh, you're bragging or you're trying to push your agenda. And that's
Yeah.
how are you as far as like friends in your circles? Like, do you have conversation with your friends or families or anything like that as far as like fitness or anything like that? Or you feel like that's kind of a taboo subject?
With certain family members, it definitely is because I don't want to come off conceited, but like I have the total solution package for you. If you would
Mm-hmm.
just if you would just be willing to try this, yeah, it does. It takes a little bit of time and it takes money, but
Mm-hmm.
it's an investment for your health. So if you
Mm-hmm.
would just try the tools that I'm giving to you, here's the answer.
Yeah.
Just try it. You'll like it. It's
Mm-hmm.
good for you.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't, honestly, they don't want to hear that. They
Yeah.
want to just come to you to complain. I'm having all these pains. I'm having all these digestive issues. What do you think I should do? And then when you hand them the answer, they're like, that's not going to work.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
I
not
don't
going
want
to
to
work.
do that.
I don't want to, I want to change, but I don't want to change my life. So yeah,
Mm.
I totally get that a lot.
Yeah.
And you had said finding joy in the journey.
Mm.
And you absolutely have to
You
find joy
do.
in your journey. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable. And who wants to
Mm-hmm.
be around a miserable person? Do you ever have that
Exactly.
person in your life who is just, or like that friend that's just like, they're like a leech. They just
Mm-hmm.
suck all the joy right out of you. You don't want to be around that person.
Nope.
No, that's toxic. Get away.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the first people that I started cutting out of my life.
You
You know.
have to. You
Yeah.
absolutely have to.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't even. It's not like I called them and I was like, "Hey, it's me. I'm cutting you out of my life." I didn't send them a long text or nothing. I just started avoiding them. I just stopped
Yeah.
texting them. I stopped
Yeah.
calling them. And the thing about that was they stopped calling me and stopped texting me. So I knew who was the initiator, and that's fine. Like I'm totally cool with it. But those people were not adding value to my life. So if you're not part of the solution, then maybe you're part of my problem. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
And I find that kind of sad because I'm such a happy-go-lucky person. So
yeah,
for me, and I'm an empath. So
yeah.
for me to have to cut somebody out, I get all the extra emotional baggage. Like I feel that from you, whether it's just from
Mm-hmm.
a text or if it's just from like a Facebook post. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, I don't know what issue she has going on, but like I
Mm-hmm.
am. So for me, I absolutely have to. If you're toxic and you
Yeah.
treat me poorly, I'm gonna cut you out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
feel horrible about it,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to do what's best for me, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do.
Should you feel horrible about it though?
I really shouldn't, but I always
Yeah.
tend to overthink things. Like, oh my
Mm.
gosh, they're gonna know. They're gonna know
Yeah.
that I'm cutting them out and that I'm cutting them off, and that
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you get to the point where you no longer give a flying fig about them,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my goodness,
I
it
always
is
say
going to
that I don't
be.
care, but I do.
We
I
do.
always
A lot
do.
of people do, but honestly, me right now, I don't.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I really don't know. And it's not that I don't care. I do care, but it's not worth me spending time caring. If
Right.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
No,
You
no,
know
it
what I
makes
mean?
total sense.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna stay over here in my lane. And
That's
if you
right.
want to reach out, as long as you have something of value, I'll be open to it. But if every time you're reaching out, it's a problem or an issue, and nah, because
Hmm.
then that messes with your mental. And you know, just like you mentioned before, we both kind of talked about it. Mental, like you talked about how all of this is a mindset. It's all of a mindset in
Yeah.
order to do this. So if your mind is jacked up because you're stressing about this person or that person, then it's only going to have an impact in your overall fitness and health anyway. So just get them out of your life.
Yeah. You have
Oh,
to.
yeah, I don't have time for it anymore. This is
No.
2021. We're about to go into
Too
22.
old for that, man.
Yeah, we are. I'm leaving
I'm
all
not
that
18
baggage.
anymore. I don't have time for
Mm-mm.
that.
Yeah, we don't have the time.
We
You
really
know.
don't.
Yeah. You don't have grandkids yet, huh?
No.
Yeah, I
My oldest
do.
my oldest is
Love
19
it
and a
though.
half, so she'll be 20 in February.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I think we're going to be planning a wedding here soon, but
Oh.
yeah, she's
Oh.
my oldest.
We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, that thought completely scares me. I know it shouldn't, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, I'm not, I don't think I'm old enough to be a grandma. And my mom was
Yeah.
like, honey, I was your age when your sister had Mackenzie and when you had Kylie. And I was like, oh,
Yeah. It happens for all
oh,
of us at different times and different ages and stuff like this. But here's a good thing. Whenever you are a grandmother, you'll have, like I say, everything comes back to fitness. Here we go again. When you become a grandmother, you're going to have the physical ability to do things with your grandkids.
yeah, that's right. I'll be
You
chasing
go
them.
exactly like, and that's another whole reason why I work out. Like it's for the longevity, it's for the immortality, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know. I want to be around here for a while and do all of those things. But like I said, you get to have the ability to be able to do those things with yours. And a lot of people, because they're not making the decision to change in their life, they're not going to be afforded that opportunity. You
Yeah.
know,
And that's so sad because
it is.
it's so, most of the diseases now are so preventable
Mm-hmm.
with just aligning your gut health with your goals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either preventative care now or sick care later. I mean, the choice is totally in your boat. What do you want to do? Do you want to prevent all these illnesses from happening, or do you just want to go to the doctor because you have diabetes and now you need to live on metformin because you have diabetes because you didn't take care of yourself when you were younger?
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah, no,
No
that's
thanks.
good. I'm
And
good.
yeah, I'm good with that. And then I just think
Yeah.
about life and have you had the thought about being a burden on your kids? Like, have you ever had that conversation with yourself?
No.
So I have, right? I've had that
You
conversation.
have not.
Yes, I have.
Really?
That's part of the reason why I'm doing this too, is because I do not want to be a burden on my kids when I'm old in life. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
my kids didn't ask to be here, right? So I feel it would be unfair for me to not take care of myself and then ask them to take care of me when they have wives, husbands, kids. They have their own life. And I don't want them
Yeah.
having to be forced to take care of me. You know what I mean? Not physically. You know what I
No,
mean?
I
Like,
know what you mean. Yeah.
you know what I mean? I just don't want to
Yeah.
put that on them. So yeah, I've had that conversation with myself. And yeah.
Was it a
because
good conversation or was it scary?
it was scary.
Yeah, I
It,
bet.
it was scary to think about. So I know, that there may be certain diseases or certain things that I may just get cancer. I may get Alzheimer's. I'm gonna do everything I can to prevent these things. But the reality of it is something can still happen to me. But I want to do what I can do on my end, control what I can control. The
Right.
conversation was more so like you were in this for the long haul now. And it was more of an acceptance conversation. Like, this is no longer something, the fitness is no longer something that you do from time to time. This is something that you have to do for the remainder of your life. You know what I mean? If I want to get there. So that's kind of how the conversation would. And then it ended with an acceptance of my future self, like you said, mentioned earlier too, having a conversation and acceptance from my future self and be like, all right, dude, this is what you got to do. And it's a lot easier now because I've accepted that fitness is just like brushing your teeth. You get up in the morning, you
Yeah.
brush your teeth, you comb your hair, you put your makeup on, you know what I mean? All of these different things. You do your mindfulness, you get your coffee, your Red Bull,
Yep.
whatever it is you like to drink. And then, and you work out during the day. It's part of my routine. It's part of what I do every day, And I don't think that necessarily everybody have to go every single day. I think if you go 3 days a week, and as long as you consistent with your 3 days, then go three
Yeah.
days. And if you stay at 3 days long enough and you eat like 80-20 like you do, or whatever, not 80-20, but your rainbow,
Yeah. Yeah.
then you're going to be successful. I've never heard of that rainbow. I
Oh,
still
really?
like it. Yeah. It just seems like it's not seems just like I'm not trying to minimize it. Um, a lot of portion control and making sure that you get certain foods in your body every day, certain nutritions in.
Yeah.
Does it
That's what I.
specify like when you put the meat in there, does it
Mhm.
specify like the type of meat, like, chicken versus like salmon or,
Well,
beef?
a lot of it's just a preference. I mean,
Mm,
there's some meats that you can't eat,
yeah.
like I can't have a lot of dairy. I can have cottage cheese and yogurt, and that's about all the dairy that I can handle.
Mm,
I can't have gluten.
mm,
Um, it's just one of those things, and a lot of it was a process of elimination. If I eat this, I'll feel better. If I eat this way, okay, maybe not.
mm.
Maybe not eat that. So,
Making good choices,
yeah, yeah.
good food
And
selection.
and I'm not really a big fish person. Like I love
Mm,
sushi, but to just have salmon or halibut, no.
yeah,
I'll
not your
take
thing.
chicken. Yeah, it's not my thing.
Yeah, I like
Chicken,
chicken. Yeah.
yeah.
I eat chicken. I eat some beef, chicken and
I do
beef,
have steak on occasion,
bison.
but it's just
Mm,
so expensive that
a good steak. What's your
yeah.
favorite cut?
I like ribeye and sometimes I like
Yeah.
T-bone, but ribeye is my
Mm,
favorite.
yeah, ribeyes mine too. They're
Yeah.
expensive now.
They sure
Like
are.
$10 a piece now. I'm just like, look, honestly, I got one down there, and it's more expensive than that. But
Yeah, I bet.
and I think I don't even know if it's going to be. I put it in the freezer, and it's like this thick.
So when you have like company, you could thaw it out and have it.
Yeah, I need to. I want to put it on a grill or something. I don't know.
See, there you
I like
go.
mine on a grill. But
Yeah,
how,
that's the
how do you
best
eat
way.
yours?
Medium rare.
Medium rare. Same
Yeah.
here. No, 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 no. I
No,
do
you like
mine
yours bloody?
medium, medium well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, medium well or yeah, medium well. Because if I tell them medium well, they'll probably cook it medium.
Yeah.
So and then maybe while it's in there for a couple of minutes, it may still cook to maybe a medium
Yeah.
well, and I like it like that. But I don't do meat. I don't do well. I might well eat this hat. I don't do that at all.
Ah, come on. Where's your sense of
Mm-mm.
adventure?
I mean, I ate them before. I was in the military. I ate a whole bunch of stuff, but
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah. I had a friend that used to eat his steak. He said, man, he said he put an inch of garlic salt on it on both sides. He said he seared it one side, sear it the other side, and cut it. And I was
Yeah,
like,
that is gross.
too much
That's
for me.
nope.
Yeah, I can't do it. What
Mm-mm.
kind of all right, so the weekend's coming up. What you got on
Yeah.
the agenda for tomorrow? What's tomorrow's workout looking like?
Um, Good cardio. So I will probably do an upper body strength training workout.
Upper
Although,
body.
yeah,
I like
biceps,
upper body.
triceps. I'm
So you do
sure
yeah, you do biceps and tries the same day?
yeah, sometimes,
Yeah.
or I'll do like back and biceps.
Back and
Um,
biceps, yeah.
yeah.
So you do a lot of like supersets where you do like combo where you work kind of at least two muscle groups a day.
Yep.
Mm. It seems like it's
Sometimes if
working.
I have a lot of pre-workout, I'll do like triple sets. But
A lot of
that,
pre-workout.
yeah, yeah,
What do you do for
too
pre?
much.
Yeah. What do you take for pre-workout?
I take Energize
Energize. I haven't had a pre-workout in I don't
or
even
coffee.
remember. Oh, coffee. Yeah.
Coffee.
I I used to take pre-workout. I've taken C4 and
Oh,
I've taken a couple of them years ago. I haven't taken them in a while. I took some Jim Stapani stuff one time. And then I just eventually just stopped taking everything. Like I don't take any of this stuff anymore.
well, a
Um,
lot of there's only this Energize that I have found that
mhm.
doesn't contain any
The stuff that
it's
give
all
you the shakes and
natural.
itch.
Yeah. Well, and a
Yeah.
lot of stuff, if depending on where you work, they'll do random drug testing. So
Mm.
a lot of the pre-workouts and sometimes the post-workouts will show
Hmm.
up on a drug test.
Oh,
So this
okay.
Energize is all natural, so it won't show up on a drug test. So
Mm.
that's just what I take because you just never know.
Mm. So
And
you
why
said,
add all that stuff to your
yeah,
body? You don't have to.
exactly. So you said Energize.
Uh huh.
Is that the name of the brand?
Yeah,
Oh, never even
it's
heard
from
of it.
Beachbody.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah,
sound like you're a big fan of some of their products.
I really am. I've achieved fantastic results by using the pre-workout, the post-workout, and the
Mm,
Shakeology.
okay. Because
So,
I'm anti all of that stuff.
oh,
But here's the deal. I
well,
understand. No.
everybody's different.
Exactly. And that's the whole point. Because I am anti, not all of it, but most of those things. I'm anti diet. But I also understand that there are people who are successful on these things.
Oh, yeah, totally.
That's just my preference. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Like it's okay for you to do and take whatever you want to take. And if you're seeing results and you're successful at it, then who am I to judge or say anything about it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
just like to know. So, if I have people who do ask about it, I can have people who use it and they can, I'm like, yeah, we got a friend Brooke and she tried and this is something that she likes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've taken, and then I think part of it comes from I've taken a lot of stuff over
Oh,
the years
yeah.
too. Yeah. So I remember at one time I was taking 14 different supplements at one time. Yeah, I was
That's
taking.
a lot. I'm
Hmm.
surprised you don't have any heart damage.
Yeah. So I mean, well, so here's the thing about it. It wasn't like any steroids or anything. It was
Well,
just
that's
all,
good.
yeah, it was all of the stuff you get out of GNC. But it was L-arginine, L-carnitine. I
Yeah,
had
yeah, yeah.
milk thistle. I had protein. I had pre-workout. I had post-workout. I had, you know, vitamins. I had so much stuff that I was taking throughout the day. And it was just like, man, it became a chore. You
Yeah,
know what I
no, I
mean?
can see that.
It became a chore. And then on top of eating right and eating and doing and meal prepping and doing all those things, it's
You
just
all, yeah.
way too much. I got tired
That
of
is a
like
lot.
every now and then I get a wild hair up my butt and I buy some stuff. Like
Yeah.
I got some probiotics down there. I got some like collagen or something like this for knee pain, knee joint stuff.
Oh, yeah, like the Bioflex or whatever. That stuff doesn't work.
Man, I got sprayed. I take this stuff for 2 or 3 days or maybe a week or two, and then that's
Hmm.
it. I end up taking it because it becomes too much of a chore to me. And
Yeah, I can see
it's
that.
yeah. And I don't necessarily need it. And then now I've been my goal is to try to focus more on pulling all of those same things from natural places like broccoli, carrots, different things like that. But even that is a whole chore in itself as well. And it's a whole lot easier just to supplement with the protein shake, you know? Yeah.
Sometimes.
Because like when I was gaining a lot of weight and I was like putting on muscle and stuff like that, I always had a small appetite. So I had a hard time trying to eat, 5 or 6 big meals a day.
Yeah.
So, give me 3 meals, a bunch of meat and, potatoes and rice and all this stuff. But I'm gonna have to do 2 of mine gonna have to be supplement with protein shakes because I couldn't keep all of that food in. It was just too much food.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
If you're trying to bulk up size-wise to eat, like I see some of the guys in my other group that I'm in, Strength and Honor, and they eat like 6,000, 7,000 calories a day in a day.
Constantly eating. Yes.
I'm lucky if I can get in my 3 meals plus my, my pre and my post. I do sometimes I won't eat breakfast until like 11, just not because I'm not hungry. I don't actually get the chance to sit down and eat breakfast until 11 because I'm busy with kids or, just trying to figure out the math assignment or the English assignment or, whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, Brooke, it's getting late and I want to be very respectful of your time.
Oh, no, you're perfect.
And then, you want to continue for a little bit more?
Sure.
All right, let's do it then. Let's keep going then. Shoot.
Okay.
Because it's almost 10 here, so we'll cut off in a few
minutes. And do you have school tomorrow?
No, we're off.
Oh, that's right. You just told me that at the beginning.
We're off. Yeah.
You're so lucky. I'm totally sleeping in tomorrow. I got up at 5 this morning because my son for his middle school, he made the wrestling team.
Oh yeah, so congrats.
He was supposed to. I know. I'm so excited. He was supposed to go have some more grappling matches. He's 10-2. But he woke up this morning with the flu and started throwing up. So I was like, you know what? You're just gonna go back to bed. You're just gonna stay home. So I'm totally sleeping in tomorrow. That was the point of my story.
Not me. I actually slept in by accident this morning. Yeah.
Did your alarm not go off or something?
The alarm, I'm sure it went off, but I probably just cut it right off. Because so I don't remember cutting it off.
Yeah.
So I know like when those days that I don't remember cutting off, I'm just like, I accept it. And I'm just like, well, I'm just not working out today. But I know I gotta check my phone and make sure that it's set for tomorrow. Because I'm usually like I'm only sleep. I don't sleep like 10 hours. I only sleep 6 hours a night. So I sleep from 6 to 4 is my sleep time. 10 to 4, 10 p.m. to 4.
I know, I was like 6 to 4. You're well,
I'm a little off. Yeah, maybe you're not really a counselor.
Maybe you need some caffeine or something.
Yeah, shoot. I don't need no more caffeine tonight. Dude, I'm once I go to bed, once I get back and we get done and stuff like this, I'm gonna chill and relax the rest of the night, and then get up in the morning and get right back at it. You know what I mean? Since I took off today, I think tomorrow I have a hike, like a ruck.
Fun.
Yeah, well, it's in the neighborhood, so I got like right now I'm up to a 30-pound ruck. I don't put anything heavier than that, just a backpack with some weights in it. Yeah, I just walk the neighborhood.
I with your back.
Yeah. Oh, I'm fine with it. I did 26. I did 26 miles in April earlier this year. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, around Charlotte. Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, my back is jacked up, but I don't know.
Is that just from your military training, or you have like some inverted discs or bulging discs, or what?
Well, he said now I may have some that may be starting to bulge a little bit. You know what I mean? But we're gonna keep it on the low. We ain't gonna say that too loud. I may edit that out.
Do that.
Yeah, but no, I'm okay. Like I have, I know I need to stretch more, but as long as like the way I have it strapped on and stuff like this, it's not super bulky. It's pretty small, pretty thin. It actually helps my back, I feel like, which
maybe
is kind of
it lengthens everything out and maybe it pushes the bulging.
There you go. I think so, because I feel like when it's on my back, it kind of forces me to kind of be more upright.
Yeah,
You
fix
know what I
your
mean? With the
posture.
weight on the
Yeah,
back.
for
So I think it
sure.
kind of fixed my posture. And I kind of focus on that when I walk too, you know. So
And that's so hard to do because like you
you
always want to
automatic.
hunt. Yeah,
Yeah.
I find myself doing that at trip day. Like I always have
Mm-hmm.
to. I went to Florida for a summit, and my aunt, she's like, there's just something different about here when we're here in Florida. Like in Idaho, you were all hunched, but here you're like
Mm-hmm.
shoulders back, and
Yeah.
you just like owned the room. I'm like, I don't know.
Do you stretch?
I do well, no, not as much as I
Oh,
should.
same
It's
here.
just, I think for me, it's just so slow.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really sweat a lot unless I do like hot yoga, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Stretching is like, I know I'm wrong. I should stretch way more than what I should. But
You know what? I should too.
it's too time consuming.
Yeah, it's
So
just
like,
slow.
yeah, it's like David Goggins. I think he said he stretches for like an hour and a half to 2 hours every day.
That's like P90X yoga. I can't do that either.
Man, but like I wish I was a whole lot more flexible though. Like I got the flexibility of a rock. Like I'm not flexible at all. And then with like having arthritis in my shoulders and stuff like that. Like that don't
Yeah,
help.
yeah.
But like I can do exercises. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And
Yeah, totally.
I'm still hurting, but I just push through it because it's like
Ooh, breathe
they're
through the
gonna be
pain.
there. Yeah. But like the thing about it is that like if I have arthritis, it's just gonna be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't like not gonna stop working, you know? So
No, but I feel like if you stretch a little bit more, like I
mhm.
noticed that when the heavier I lift, the tighter I get. So,
Mm,
yeah, stretching is going to be super beneficial. But am I a patient person? No.
yes. And
So,
I do know, I will say this, I am a lot more flexible than I was before. I'm not as heavy as I was. I lost a lot of weight since I've been out of the military. Probably, and my heaviest, like I'm 5'7" on a good day, maybe.
yeah, I am too when I wear heels.
Yeah. So it's like I'm like 5'6" and some change. I think I used to be 5'6 3/4, and
Oh, so you're tall.
now I'm probably like 5'6", with the back surgery and just the shrinking of the vertebrae over the
So you
years.
just need to like elongate.
Yeah. So
Pilates? I don't know.
I don't know. But like I used to be really tight. Like my muscles, I guess, was really tight. So it's
Uh huh.
hard stretching and doing everything. And then on top of the other things. But now one of the things that honestly helped me stretching was CrossFit. Yep.
Really?
Believe it or not. Yep.
How
I
does
got
that
a
work? That's witchcraft right there.
man, let me tell you, I have a love-hate relationship with CrossFit. Um, So I was able to like I'm a lot more flexible like right here just from doing front squats.
Oh
Like
yeah, because you have to hold them there.
exactly. So I used to could like barely even get my shoulders up like at anything. And
All
then
the
now
muscles.
I can like kind of rotate them around. I don't have to hold them up so I ain't like a whole bunch of pain. But I could rotate them up a lot,
Yeah.
whereas I couldn't before. My squats, you know, um my squats became a whole lot lower, so I became a lot more flexible in my
Oh,
lower
that's good.
extremities and stuff. So um I did get injured doing CrossFit. It wasn't the trainer's
Oops.
fault or anything like that. It was my fault. um I could do so I just learned how to do muscle ups, right?
Oh
Just
yeah, those are fun.
yeah. So I just kind of learned how to, this was a couple years ago. And then so we had muscle ups, ring muscle ups, and I never did ring muscle ups before. So I was over there. I
Oh.
think I did one or two, and then nothing popped or anything left like that. I kind of did feel something. I didn't feel a rip or tear or anything, but
Mhm.
it ended up costing me about 3 months of like being able to lift heavy or anything like that. Yeah. So it wasn't CrossFit. I think what it was at the end of the day, and it wasn't the coaches. I don't blame anybody but myself.
Right.
I should have I shouldn't have been on there. You know what I mean? I didn't know what I didn't know. I would say one thing about CrossFit that I think, and it may be like that in certain places, certain boxes, I don't know. I think it would be good to have certain levels of like fitness, right? So if you've never
Yeah.
done anything before, you should have to be there for X amount of time before you're allowed to do certain movements. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you may have somebody come in the street, off the street and practice for a little bit, and then, within a month or 2 months, they're doing, Olympic lifts. Their form is not necessarily as good. And this is just, based off of different things that you read or you hear people talk about, and may experience, and so those are some of the things. But yeah, it's I think it's great for a community. If you need to have somebody to work out with, you always got a community. You always got an accountability partner. I think if nothing else, that's one of the best places for that, because you don't get that everywhere. You go
No,
to,
you don't.
yeah, like when you go to Planet Fitness, you're going to be in there, even though you have 20, 30, 50 other people, you're going to be in there by yourself. You
Yeah.
have your headphones on by yourself. But when you go into the box, everybody's there. Everybody's there trying to work. People are pushing you in different things. So I got nothing but respect for CrossFit. Um, it's not for me anymore. It was a phase in my life and it was good for me at that time, but right now it's not. I took a lot of that knowledge from CrossFit and I still use it today.
Well, that's good. And if you never used CrossFit or even tried what you did try and ended up
Mm-hmm.
injured, even though the results you ended up injured, if you
Mm-hmm.
never tried it, I mean,
Yeah.
would you be in the place that you're at now?
Yeah. Probably
One never
not.
knows.
Yeah, you never know. So I
Yeah.
tell anybody, I would say try it, especially if you like working out with people and having a community and you can afford it, because it's expensive. You
Yeah,
know what I
I
mean?
bet.
Um, but I think it it can pay for itself with the results that you can get from it. So,
Yeah.
and I guess, I can say it's expensive, but that's, you know, depend on
Well,
who the person is.
not necessarily expensive. You people's mindset with that have to change.
Yeah, the
They have to
value.
think of themselves as an investment. If you don't invest in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
then well, yeah, everything's going to be expensive
Mm-hmm.
because you're not willing to put in the work, the time, and the effort, and yeah, the money.
Mm-hmm.
You just
And
have to invest that in yourself.
yeah, and it gets cheaper, because I don't have to
Yeah.
pay all of that money anymore. Not use them, but I use the information from there that I paid for, and
Right.
I
Yeah.
apply some of those tactics and logics and moves and different things to my workout. Like that was the first place I did a muscle up. You know what I mean? And every once in a while, I get in the garage and I do some muscle ups. But I learned there. My squats have gotten better from CrossFit. My front squats have gotten better from CrossFit. Just a lot of my overall fitness have gotten better from some of the things that I've learned from CrossFit. And I
Well,
didn't even do CrossFit long.
and I think CrossFit really just trains you for life. You know who else does CrossFit?
Who's that?
Seth Rollins
Does
and
he?
probably Becky Lynch. Yeah.
I didn't
See,
know that.
you didn't know that?
Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh yeah, he does
Yeah.
CrossFit.
What was the name of the group? The tip of my
Oh,
tongue is him.
with Dean Ambrose and
Yeah, Dean Ambrose
Roman Reigns. I
and
can't remember what their name was
Roman
called,
Reigns.
but they were a
The
pretty good.
Shield.
Yes, I hated them when they first started. I was like,
Yes.
oh, those guys are ruining everything, and now I'm like, I like them. I
Yeah.
like them a lot.
Yeah. Dean Ambrose is in AEW.
Yeah, actually, I think he's in rehab now. Something
is he?
happened. Yeah,
What?
he had to go to rehab. I think it was for alcoholism.
I think whatchamacallit is over there too. Oh, I just saw his face. Speaking of rehab, no, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna blast him. Yeah, I don't know how we get back here.
I don't know.
I don't know,
CrossFit.
but I like
CrossFit.
CrossFit. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think CrossFit can have a negative reputation for a lot of people, and I think there can be some negative things out there. I think if you have some good coaches, you have a good plan. Oh, another reason why I stopped too was because At least where I was at. I don't got no bad to say about that place. And I only been to one CrossFit place. So I don't have anything to measure off of. But I didn't always know what I was doing until like the night before. So like the
Oh,
workouts came out like the night before. You know what I mean? So
uh-huh.
then I would go in the next day and do the workout. But like having a long-term plan, you know what I mean? Like a
Oh,
6 week
yeah.
workout plan, you don't necessarily get that. And maybe some boxes do. I don't know. I only know about the one that I was in. But I think for me, I need to know what I'm working on every day. I need to know what my end goal is going to look like. You know, I need to know, all right, I'm doing, because I want to make sure that I'm hitting all of my body parts, you know.
Right.
So like say for instance, like tomorrow we're doing front squats, or we may not do front squats for another 2 or 3 weeks. So if I miss that day, I don't do front squats anymore, you know. So that's kind of the reason why, at least for me, I pulled back from CrossFit too, was because I never knew what I was going to work out on, you know, so I couldn't just focus on,
Yeah.
I never knew what body part I was going to be working on. So, and
And
I
that's
didn't like,
hard because some
yeah,
people are such type A personalities that they absolutely need to know, okay, well,
yeah,
Monday is leg day, or Monday is chest day, and Tuesday is leg day, and Wednesday we're going to work back and biceps, and Thursday we're going to do cardio, and
yeah,
people are planners, and it really is good to have a plan to actually know what you're going to work, so that way there's no guesswork involved, because
mm-hmm,
not everybody has the time to, like, just, no, I think I'm going to do this. No, okay, well,
yeah,
I decided and that when I get home, I'm going to do that. Not everybody has time for that.
yeah, exactly. Not everybody.
Yeah.
Well, Brooke, um, we're going to take a couple of more minutes and I'm going to let you give out your final thoughts to anybody who may be
Final.
watching this video. Take as long or as short as you need to any closing remarks you want to say to anybody who may see this video from here or in the future.
Yeah. Oh, no pressure.
No pressure at all.
If you have any self doubt, just just know that there are people out there who were in your spot before, that they know what you're going through. But don't let that persuade you from doing anything that you want to do. If you want to go back to school to be a teacher, go back to school and be a teacher. If you want to lose this weight, you got to become consistent. You've got to find a workout that suits you, not everybody else. If you are having any manic episodes, any mental health problems, go see people who can take care of you. It is okay to not be okay. That's all I got.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching the Consistency Conversation. Until next time, stay consistent and stay fit. 365 days a year. We are out.